There's no way. I know they were planning on sitting her, but after yesterday's performance, after last night's nuclear god mode activated, there's no way you sit Caitlin Clark tonight, especially that her body's feeling good. You gotta keep it moving. You gotta keep it rolling. You have to keep the momentum moving forward heading into the All-Star break. We need to see
Tonight, the limits of corporate sports entertainment were pushed to the breaking point. The establishment didn't just crack, it completely lost its grip on reality. While the arena lights blazed red and the crowd erupted into absolute hysteria, a generation-defining milestone was unfolding before everyone's eyes. The fastest player in professional basketball history to reach 200 career three-pointers. But just as the arena graphics lit up in celebration, something shocking happened on the sidelines. The coaching staff signaled for a substitution. They wanted to take her off the floor. They wanted to dim the spotlight and keep the moment under their control. Yet history was moving far too quickly for any boardroom strategy to contain. She refused to come out of the game. Standing her ground, she locked eyes with her own bench and insisted on staying on the hardwood. At that moment, she wasn't simply chasing a victory anymore. She was challenging an entire administrative hierarchy that, according to the narrative, had been trying to limit her influence from the very beginning. Tonight, the corporate suites are in complete turmoil. Television analysts are abandoning their carefully prepared scripts. The illusion has shattered. The instant she stood up to the system, she didn't merely set another record. She symbolically broke the old guard's grip on the game. Every executive in the building realized that the product they believed they controlled had grown beyond their ability to regulate, manage, or contain. To understand why the media landscape appears to be in such a state of panic, you have to examine what many are describing as the collapse of the traditional establishment. For months, media personalities such as Jameel Hill, along with other members of the league's longtime establishment, have been portrayed as downplaying this remarkable run. Critics insisted it was only a fluke. They argued that opposing defenses would eventually figure her out. Heated television Deb.
being asked if her minutes restriction was a factor late in tonight's game. Let's hear what she had to say.
Caitlin, this might be a dumb question, so forgive me, but minutes restriction the last couple of nights, when you got to 25 tonight, was there any conversation about coming out of that game, or were you kind of like, don't even come near me?
Steph knows better than that. Trainers know better than that. They would get an earful. But I told Steph at halftime, like, I felt really good, and I didn't want to lose this game, and, you know, hopefully I'm going to do everything I can tonight to take care of my body, and then we get back out at it tomorrow. But like I said, like, I can trust all the work that I put in on my body, and, you know, I spent a ton of time on it, and I trusted people around me that really helped me, and, you know, I always find confidence in that, so I know I'm doing all the right things, and there was no way I was ever coming out of the game in the fourth quarter. It didn't matter. I would play with one leg.
Yeah, there's no way you take her out of that game. Folks, we were this close. They fought all the way back after falling down substantially. What, they fall down 6-8 points, something like that. They fought all the way back. They took the lead.
But tonight, those very critics found themselves under intense scrutiny on the biggest stage. As the milestone 200 three-pointer splashed through the net, the criticism surrounding Clark's performance lost much of its momentum. In that instant, years of debate were overshadowed by a historic achievement unfolding in real time. Broadcast booths fell noticeably quieter as commentators watched another remarkable chapter of basketball history being written before a national audience. The carefully prepared talking points no longer carried the same weight against what was happening on the court. Her performance spoke louder than any debate, highlighting the impact of a player whose skill, confidence, and consistency continued to redefine expectations. Attempts to shift the conversation away from her accomplishments became increasingly difficult as the historic moment unfolded. Meanwhile, the public reaction was impossible to ignore. Social media exploded with highlights, celebrations, and passionate discussions. Fans praised the achievement, while many questioned earlier criticisms that had dismissed her success. The conversation rapidly shifted from doubt to recognition, as the spotlight focused squarely on an extraordinary performance rather than the surrounding controversy. Take a moment to appreciate the significance of the numbers. This wasn't simply another career milestone, it was a historic accomplishment. Becoming the fastest player in professional basketball history to reach 200 career three-pointers demonstrated an extraordinary combination of talent, consistency, and efficiency. It didn't just establish a new benchmark, it raised the standard for future generations and added another unforgettable chapter to the sports record books.
Going crazy. Bleacher Report, most points in Fever history, 110-107, 352,000 views, over 13,000 likes. Getting love, I'm in awe. Real humans will look you dead in the eyes and tell you she's not the face of Kareem. Is it rude to call her the face of women's sports, Kareem? Is it rude to call her the face of the league, Kareem? Do you want to know the difference? This is the face of the league. ESPN, within the same hour, Angel Reese and Naz Hillman combining for 47, Caitlin Clark by herself going for 45. Their post, 8.9 thousand views. Caitlin Clark's post, 626,000 views after going off last night. 626,000 views in 13 hours compared to, Angel Reese and Naz Hillman combined for 47 points. Mother, we just dropped 45 and 10 by my damn self, and you think people give a shit about fucking 45 points combined? We don't give a rat's behind about 45 points combined. You got ESPN, over 1 million views on ESPN's post, 38,000 likes, 1K. Reports of her demise.
When you score at this level while continuing to perform under relentless defensive pressure, you move beyond being viewed as an elite player. You become one of the defining figures of your era. The remarkable efficiency on display challenged long-held assumptions about offensive strategy and showcased a style of basketball that demanded attention from fans, analysts, and opponents alike. Opposing teams searched for every possible answer. They sent double teams, applied constant defensive pressure, and worked tirelessly to disrupt her rhythm. Every possession became a battle, yet she continued to find ways to create space and knock down difficult shots. Instead of slowing her down, the pressure seemed to fuel her determination. With every made basket, especially from well beyond the three-point line, she answered the challenge in the most convincing way possible. Her confidence never appeared to waver, and her composure became just as impressive as her shooting ability. Rather than letting the moment overwhelm her, she embraced it, turning each possession into another reminder of why she had become one of the most talked about players in the game. By refusing to back down and continuing to compete with unwavering confidence, she delivered a powerful statement to everyone watching, from the fans in the arena to the decision makers throughout the league. The message was unmistakable. This new era of basketball would be defined by what happened on the court, and extraordinary performances would ultimately speak louder than any outside narrative.
That's delusion and called hate. Then we have him saying, Caitlin Clark is phenomenal. She deserves better fans. Now we do this again. Calling out the fans because the fans let them know she's the best to ever do this. Sorry. She's the most exciting player this league has ever seen. Sorry. She's the one that put the eyeballs on the WNBA. Sorry. If that hurts your precious feelings, Dan Barrett, reach in between your legs and make sure you still got some balls there, all right? Do that for me if that hurts your feelings. Then we have Lolo Bike, the Minions. Now we have the little Minions, the old WNBA media who were super fans and felt important and felt special covering this league. Oh, I'm a super fan. Oh, what'd you say? Seattle had 18 total free throws compared to Indiana's 31. Caitlin had 19 free throw attempts more than the Seattle team combined. It's funny, Lolo Bike, I don't remember you complaining about, putting out Alicia Gray complaining about the officiating when Alicia Gray shot the
and discussion of it, as attention shifted to league leadership and broadcast coverage. Across the sports world, conversations grew louder, with fans, analysts, and media outlets debating whether the league was doing enough to spotlight one of basketball's biggest stars. As interest continued to rise, the spotlight expanded far beyond the game itself. At the same time, many observers argued that the traditional media approach was beginning to lose its influence. More fans were turning to social media, independent creators, and digital platforms for highlights, analysis, and real-time reactions instead of relying solely on conventional sport coverage. The conversation surrounding the game was evolving, and the audience was helping shape the change. As the debate intensified, commentators and producers faced increasing pressure to adapt to shifting viewer expectations. Fans wanted historic performances to receive the recognition they believed they deserved, and many expressed frustration whenever those achievements appeared to be overshadowed by unnecessary controversy or manufactured rivalries. Whether or not those criticisms were entirely justified, one thing became clear: the public conversation had changed. Historic accomplishments were becoming the center of attention, and audiences were increasingly rewarding authentic performances over off-court narratives. For many fans, the message was simple: greatness on the court should always take priority, and extraordinary achievements deserve to be recognized on their own merit.
3 steals. This was an unbelievable freaking game. Guys, I got to tell you, at times it's been tough to cover this team this year. It's been hard. There's been some awful games to sit through. Now, it wasn't all rosy. Stephanie White has got to start, at the end of games, you've got to start leaving Caitlin Clark in these games. You have got to start showing some kind of confidence in her. She made a hell of a defensive play in like the last 2 minutes. You've got to show confidence in Caitlin Clark on the floor during defensive crunch time. That was one of my major complaints tonight. Right here, Caitlin Clark becomes the fastest player in WNBA history to reach 200 threes. This was the 200th three right here. She grabbed that steal, comes down right here. She's back out, back over.
The financial conversation surrounding the sport appears to be evolving rapidly. Major global brands are showing increasing interest in building direct relationships with the game's biggest stars, recognizing the value that elite athletes bring both on and off the court. As player influence continues to grow, partnerships are becoming more personalized, reflecting the changing landscape of modern sports marketing. For decades, many believed that the league's platform was the primary source of an athlete's visibility. However, today's digital era has shifted that balance. Through social media, streaming platforms, and direct fan engagement, superstar players can now build massive audiences of their own, creating opportunities that extend far beyond the traditional boundaries of professional basketball. As a result, league executives, broadcasters, and sponsors are paying closer attention to these changing dynamics. The growing popularity of marquee players has highlighted just how valuable individual star power has become. Fans increasingly follow players as much as they follow teams, making exceptional talent one of the sport's greatest assets. At the same time, legal experts and industry analysts continue to examine how future media rights, endorsement agreements, and distribution models may evolve. Many believe that digital platforms will play an even larger role in the years ahead, giving athletes more opportunities to connect directly with their audiences while expanding the reach of the sport. Regardless of how the business landscape develops, one thing is clear: the influence of superstar athletes has never been greater, and their impact is helping shape the future of basketball.
3 records broken in one game. The girl's unreal. The girl is unreal. Take a look at this here, man. Caitlin Clark, 45 points, 10 assists, 4 steals, 2 blocks, 11 of 18 shooting, 6 of 8 from 3. Kelsey Mitchell shot way more than Caitlin Clark. Kelsey Mitchell shot the ball way more than Caitlin Clark today, and it didn't matter. Take a look at this dagger that Caitlin Clark was pulling up threes from Baghdad. Pulling up threes from Carver Hawkeye Arena. Take a look at this game-sealing bomb from Caitlin Clark. Off the inbound. Come on, give me that. Look, tie game, 102-102. Ball game, give me that. Caitlin Clark, bro. She's the best to ever do this. The best ever. Nobody in the history of this game is better than Caitlin Clark. I don't care what awards you got. I don't care. Ain't nobody put it down like this.
The lines have been drawn, and the debate surrounding the future of the sport has never been more intense. Critics may continue to defend their viewpoints, while supporters celebrate what they believe is the arrival of a new era. But one thing is undeniable: historic performances have changed the conversation. Records have fallen, expectations have shifted, and the spotlight now shines brighter than ever on basketball's newest generation of stars. As milestones continue to be reached, it becomes increasingly difficult to ignore the impact of elite talent on the game. Discussions in press conferences, television studios, and across social media have evolved, with fans focusing more on extraordinary performances than on long-standing narratives. Whether people agree or disagree, the momentum surrounding the sport continues to grow. Many observers believe that the balance of influence is changing. Players are becoming more recognizable, fan engagement is reaching new heights, and digital platforms are giving athletes a stronger voice than ever before. The relationship between leagues, media, and players is continuing to evolve, creating opportunities and challenges that few could have predicted only a few years ago. Now the conversation shifts to the fans. What is your reaction to this historic moment? Do you believe the decision to substitute her during such a significant milestone became an unnecessary distraction? Or do you think the surrounding controversy has been exaggerated? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss the latest basketball news, highlights, and analysis.
Yeah, kiss my behind. Single best thing to ever happen to women's sports, and it's not close. The face of the league on a minutes restriction. Folks, absolutely disgusting what Caitlin Clark did last night. Fever record shop just keeps swinging away. Just keeps swinging away. The face of the league, yeah, this is Robert Griffin comes right out. Caitlin Clark is the face of the league. She just had 45 and 10 with 4 steals, 2 blocks, shot 11 for 18, 6 and 10 from three-point range in 29 minutes with a plus 16. It was exciting. Clark is undoubtedly the most popular player in the WNBA, a record-breaking great player on and off the court. There is no denying that. Absolutely no denying that. We have Dave Portnoy chiming back in. Caitlin the Great with 45, 10, 6 and 10 from 3. The game of the year. She's box office. She is the league. She is the moment. They hate her because they ain't her. Bow down to her. Oh gosh. Bow down to her. Who's she tell?
The lines have been drawn, and the debate surrounding the future of the sport has never been more intense. Critics may continue to defend their viewpoints, while supporters celebrate what they believe is the arrival of a new era. But one thing is undeniable: historic performances have changed the conversation. Records have fallen, expectations have shifted, and the spotlight now shines brighter than ever on basketball's newest generation of stars. As milestones continue to be reached, it becomes increasingly difficult to ignore the impact of elite talent on the game. Discussions in press conferences, television studios, and across social media have evolved, with fans focusing more on extraordinary performances than on long-standing narratives. Whether people agree or disagree, the momentum surrounding the sport continues to grow. Many observers believe that the balance of influence is changing. Players are becoming more recognizable, fan engagement is reaching new heights, and digital platforms are giving athletes a stronger voice than ever before. The relationship between leagues, media, and players is continuing to evolve, creating opportunities and challenges that few could have predicted only a few years ago. Now the conversation shifts to the fans. What is your reaction to this historic moment? Do you believe the decision to substitute her during such a significant milestone became an unnecessary distraction? Or do you think the surrounding controversy has been exaggerated? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss the latest basketball news, highlights, and analysis.